Scoochie. What's up, babe? Yell everything this time, you know what I'm talking about? Yellow rims, yellow big booty, yellow bones, yellow lambs, yellow MPs, yellow watch, yellow charm ring, chain, yellow living room set, lemonade Gucci shoes for my girl. Scoochie. My fam sitting on sixes, no 20s in my gun. Look at this motor knocking because it is a lemon. My wife from Georgia peaches, but you look more like a lemon.
And we're back. Overtime Live Sports Bet Radio. Thank you guys for tuning in. Live from the Gulf Coast. We're coming at you with our Week 15 bold predictions. We're going to do this fast and furious because I got some things to do. But it's going to look like a tough schedule, man. We've got a few upsets, few possible upsets. We're going to go ahead and kick things off with the LA Chargers versus the Raiders. That was the Thursday night game. Raiders came in at a 3.5-point favorite, which is a little bit too much, you know, divisional rivals. And the Chargers pulled it off, man. They really got things done. They got a great young quarterback coming out of Oregon. 6th overall pick. He actually is living up to his expectations. He's 27 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. He's tied Baker Mayfield's record already. And he's got a 96.3 quarterback rating, which is exceptionally good for a rookie quarterback. We saw what Peyton Manning did his rookie year. He set the record for rookie interceptions. So it was a great game. It showed that John Gruden's overrated. They shouldn't have paid him all that money. And then we're going to go ahead and move on to the next game since that Thursday night game's already taken place. We've got Carolina going on the road to Green Bay. So unfortunately, to the dismay of most Carolina fans, Christian McCaffrey will not be playing once again, so I don't know why they even bother bringing it up. Carolina Panthers are on a 2-game losing streak going into Green Bay. Green Bay's spread is steady moving, went from 9.5 to 8.5. Green Bay on a 3-game winning streak, 10-3, looking like they're going to make a nice playoff run. And as long as that spread stays under 10, I'm going to go with Green Bay minus anything under 10. So the Green Bay Packers. Next game is going to be Buffalo against Denver. Buffalo coming in 10-3, 4-2 away, which is a pretty decent away record. They're going to be giving up 6 points. They're not giving up the full touchdown yet to a Denver team at home, who I don't know if they can get it done. I'm pretty impressed with what their young quarterback's been able to do when he's able to play, but it's a possible Denver upset at home. You might want to consider that if you needed to put an upset on your parlay. But for the most part, as long as that stays under 7, I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills. They're making a run at taking over that division, and I think they're going to get the job done. Next game is going to be Houston Texans against Indy. Houston cost me a lot of money this year. They're very disappointing. Deshaun Watson seems to be doing his part, but no one else is stepping up. So Houston coming in on a 2-game losing streak. They're going to be going to Indy, who's surprisingly good, 9-4 record, 2-game winning streak. And Indy's going to be giving up that 7.5. That half point's probably going to kill a lot of people. The 7's probably going to kill a lot of people. It might be a push, but we're going to go ahead and run with Indy. If I can get it under 7, if you have to tease it, which is a sports betting option where you lower the spread by losing, a percentage of your investment, I would really just leave that game alone because I can't lose any more money on Houston. So I'm going to take Indy minus 7, not 7.5, and maybe we'll push. Next game is going to be the Detroit Lions are going to Tennessee. Tennessee's 9-4, having a pretty good battle against Indy for that division, really for that conference. If whoever's going to fight the Chiefs out, see if they can even win a game in a series or something. I don't know, but they're coming in. Tennessee coming in big time favorites, looking at 8.5. It's already moved to 11 points, so this is probably their biggest spread of the season so far. And I don't know if they're going to get it done. Some injuries might partake in that decision. I'll show you later in the injury report. But Tennessee's a great team at home. I can't give up that many points. Detroit's a very tough team, even though their record doesn't show it. But they are 4-3 away. So I guess if it's, 8.5 to 11 is a big move for a spread. If it stays under 10, I can take Tennessee. That 11's just one too much, so I'm going to take Tennessee minus 10. The next game's going to be the New York Jets. This sad story of a team. So sad of a team, they can't even get one win by luck, by running into a team playing poorly. There's no way for them to just get this done. It's very disappointing. I expect them to win every week, and they let me down every week. This week they're going against my second favorite team in the NFC, the Los Angeles Rams, who I keep favoring to win the Super Bowl based on coach-quarterback ratio, defense ratio. Those are the three things you need to win a Super Bowl. So I keep saying that the Rams are going to win the Super Bowl, even though when they lose, I feel like I'm an idiot. Rams are coming in 9-4, great home record, giving up 14 points. It's actually moved to 17, one of their biggest spreads probably in years. And I think the Jets are going to get it done again. But, I mean, it's tough to put any kind of faith into that team right now. It's a very disappointing, sad story. A lot of players' careers are being wasted in that franchise right now. So I'm going to take the LA Rams at 14. I can't take them at 17. Anything above 14, I'm going to take the New York Jets. Next game is going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going to Atlanta to play my Falcons. I know the Falcons are going to get it done, but they're not. Falcons are a horrible team. Cost me a lot of money this year as well. Going in, I don't know. I think the 6 points is a lot. I think that might be enough for the Falcons to squeeze in a home field division win. Home court dogs in the NFL this year have been great for me. So, of course, I'm going to ride with the Falcons and take that 6 points, man. Anything above a field goal, it's going to be a close game. It's going to be a battle. They both have something to prove. So, the next game, big game, New England. Tampa Bay, old Tampa Bay is what I call it. Because I always call the Tampa Bay Buccaneers the Patriots. But New England's going to Miami. Miami's still a favorite, giving up 3 points. New England 6-7, both coming off of a loss. I think Miami's going to get it done, but I can't bet against Bill Belichick in a 3-point spread. I'll take the 3 points. I'm going to take New England plus 3. I think the Patriots have a chance to win it outright. I think the spread shows that. They're healthy. James White might be out, but, they'll get the job done. Tua's not playing, I don't think, and we'll have a Fitzpatrick celebration party if they win. But I'm going to ride with Bill. So, Patriots plus 3. Next game is going to be Seattle versus Washington. Very, very great Washington pass defense. Washington's on a 4-game winning streak. The Seattle team is very tricky to bet on. You got to watch their spreads. You got to watch their position, whether it's home or on the road. Coming in -3 and then moving to a -6. I think everybody's loading up on this Seattle bet. I think they're going to come through this time. They've let us down enough against these unusually small matchups where they're supposed to dominate or they either not covered or lost straight up. But I think they get this job done. Alex Smith is a possible injury, so you'll see that in the injury report. Next game is going to be Chicago Bears versus Minnesota. They killed me last week when they beat the Houston Texans, and that's probably what they're riding on this week. But they're both coming in at a 6-7 record. Minnesota's going to be getting the advantage at -7. That's a lot, man. That is a lot. And it has moved. So the -7 looks to be going down. And if my records are correct, it has them at a -3 now, which is a substantial amount of movement for a spread, whether it be injuries or some type of upheaval in information. I'm going to take Minnesota. I love Justin Jefferson. Kirk Cousins is very, very inconsistent, but if Thielen's healthy and that defense is there, I think they can get that job done. Money line, I don't know, man. It's gone down to 3. I'll definitely money line. I don't want to give up any points with Minnesota at home in that game, even though they're coming in at a big favorite. Next game is going to be Jacksonville against Baltimore. Okay, Baltimore is a horrible team, but Jacksonville is worse. Baltimore is coming in with a fairly decent record. They've been struggling in a very tough division. And I don't think they have what it takes to win any type of championship, but they have a great quarterback, and that's really about it. So, even though Jacksonville only has 1 win this year on a 6-game losing streak, it's just I don't see Baltimore getting these points covered. On any given Sunday, somebody could show up and play. We don't know Jacksonville's quarterback situation. We don't know their roster. Probably because we don't care. I mean, most people are going to just take this, give up the points, and expect it to happen. But when you're looking at your parlay plays, which is most of these betting decisions I'm making are based on parlay plays because I'm going to be putting multiple games together. So you're going to be having to look for games or upsets, look for games that are possible pushes. And a game like this, I'd probably leave alone in most cases. but it seems to be steady moving. It started at minus 11. It's gone to minus 13. If it gets to minus 14, it's going to be out of question with the 2 touchdown coverage. So for now, I'm going to take Baltimore, and I'll give up the 11. I don't know if I'll give up the 13, but I'll take Baltimore minus 12. We'll call it in the middle. Next game is going to be Cleveland against the Giants. It's going to be a very entertaining game. Cleveland coming in hot right now, 9-4. Although coming off of a loss to the Ravens, they're going into the New York, where we're going to see a little bit of a battered and bruised New York Giants roster who's capable of an upset. I think New York Giants could easily take this game or at least cover the spread. So Cleveland's coming in minus 6, and I'm going to take that as my upset because you have to have these bold predictions. So I'm taking the Giants to win money line. But to be safe, we'll take the 6 points. But if you're putting it on a parlay, a small parlay, you money line it, you get that additional payment on your parlay. It helps your bet a lot. And that's what this is about. We're about making money. So we're going to take a break. Word from our sponsors. When we get back, we'll finish out the roster and do a quick injury report and get you guys set up for the weekend. So thank you for tuning in.
The loss tonight to Minnesota.
And we're back. Overtime Live Sportsbet Radio, finishing up our bold predictions for Week 15 NFL. So we left you with the Cleveland Giants game, which we decided we're going to take the Giants for our first bold prediction upset money line. Next game is going to be Philadelphia Eagles against Arizona Cardinals. We're going to do the Birds against the Birds. So Philly's hot off of that win against the New Orleans Saints, even though they didn't have Drew Brees. Arizona's struggling to stay relevant with their 7-6 records. Philly's coming in 4-8. That Arizona NFC West division, man, it's tough, man. You gotta really carry yourself every single night. You got a lot of tough matchups every single week. But Arizona's been impressing me. I'm impressed with what I've seen from them. I think the coaching change. I think Bruce Arians would have been better staying in Arizona with what they have now. But Arizona's coming in this game at a big favorite. So Philadelphia is still not even getting the respect they deserve, making a run for that coveted NFC East title, which looks like the winner is going to have 6 or 7 wins. And I think Philly gets this done with these 6.5 points. So I think that's more than enough for me to take the Philadelphia Eagles. Arizona's one of the top offenses in the league. And on that note, let's run down some of our top statistics for the year at this moment. Offensively, the top 5 offensive teams in the league are the Kansas City Chiefs, number 1, Green Bay, Tennessee, Arizona, and the Los Angeles Rams. The top 5 defensive teams right now, currently in the league, the Los Angeles Rams, New Orleans Saints, Pittsburgh Steelers, Washington, and San Fran. The top scoring offenses in the league right now, the Pittsburgh Steelers, Miami, the Rams, New Orleans, and the Baltimore Ravens. And the top 5 passing defenses at this moment are the Los Angeles Rams, Pittsburgh Steelers, Washington, New Orleans, and San Fran. So by a landslide, Pittsburgh has the most top 5 in those categories. And I think that's why they are still currently my favorite to win the Super Bowl. Not to mention playing in a fairly weak division, which is going to continue to get them some wins down the road, especially if they can play Baltimore for a wild card. So the next game on our bold predictions is going to be the Kansas City Chiefs going into New Orleans Saints. Drew Brees may be there, he may not be there, but the biggest thing about this game is the wide receiver quarterback matchup against Marshawn Lattimore and my man Tyreek Hill, the best wide receiver in the league. Fastest, most athletic. Of course, it helps to have a little Patrick Mahomes behind you, but he still impresses me every single game, fantasy-wise, statistics-wise, and even his demeanor as long as he's keeping his hands to himself. So we're going to go to the Kansas City Chiefs, 12-1, coming to town. New Orleans Saints, 10-3, trying to stay alive. With a 5-1 home record, Kansas City Chiefs are undefeated on the road. So we're looking at the Chiefs opening up at -6. It's moved to -3. It's the biggest game of the week. Saints at home, getting points. It's tough to turn that down. I think that Taysom Hill has showed what he's capable of. It might be a one-dimensional Saints offense. I I think that the Kansas City Chiefs and Andy Reid are going to be able to slow that down. Their defense has actually moved up in rankings, and I think that this is really kind of a lock of the week, man. It looks like a trick game. I'm confused. The spread's moving. I mean, unless Patrick Mahomes is out, even with a backup, I still think that the Chiefs can cover that 3. So this is looking like, even at -6 with Patrick Mahomes, a really good game to put some big money on. I don't know what the heck this Vegas is thinking, but next game is going to be the 49ers against Dallas. A very tough game to call. 49ers coming in 5-8, 4-2 away record. Most of their wins are on the road, obviously. Dallas, on the other hand, every week, nobody knows what they're going to do. So, playing at home against a weaker team, looking for upsets in our schedule. San Francisco's on a 2-game losing streak. It's coming in as a favorite. That's a tough call, man. I'm going to have to take Andy Dalton. I think he can get the job done closely. It's going to be an under game. Not going to be a lot of scoring taking place, I don't think. And Ezekiel Elliott may not be playing. So I'm going to take Dallas plus the 3 points. Maybe we'll push. Pittsburgh against Cincy. That's going to be another pretty much lock, man. Cincinnati's really falling apart. Without Joe Burrow, there's really no storyline to the season. A.J. Green probably don't even want to play right now. I mean, he can't put up any stats for his records. So it's really like they might be just throwing this season away. I think Pittsburgh covers the 14. It's at 13 now. I'll take it under 2. Over 2, I'd probably leave it alone. But I don't see why Pittsburgh doesn't blow them out 30-3. So that's going to be the last game on that schedule. And we'll take one more break and we'll do our injury report and we'll wrap it up for Week 15. All right, we'll make this fast. Week 15 injury report, Dallas, Zeke hasn't been practicing. Detroit, Stafford, and Galladay, they haven't been practicing. Now, this doesn't mean that they won't show out on game day. Doesn't mean that they won't practice the rest of the week. This is based on a Wednesday practice report, so just to give you some heads up. Darius Slay out with a concussion for the Eagles. So the Jets, no Jamison Crowder. Tyreek Hill, although reported injured, did participate in practice. So that's what it's based on. Like, they have the option to participate in practice or not, but they have to report injured. And when they report injured, they have the option to not play. Daniel Jones may or not be there. The Saints wide receiver core, it looks a little banged up. Bills, Josh Allen. He has some knee and ankle injuries you might want to take into consideration. Denver's going to be banged up at their running back position. Seahawks beat up at running back, O-line, defensive tackle. They're having some problems there, staying healthy. Washington, Alex Smith. You never know if he's going to be able to play or not. Patriots, James White, and their kicker, Nick Folk, are looking like they're going to be having some injury problems, so you want to take that into consideration. Colts, Phillip Rivers has a toe injury that might slow him down this week. And, of course, you got Ronald Jones Jr. He's got a finger injury for Tampa Bay. Might have him having some fumble problems. And Atlanta wide receiver core, Julio and Calvin are beat up. It's just sad to say. Ricardo Allen didn't practice. And, you know, that could really mean for a lot of impact on those spreads and those betting decisions. So, thank you guys for tuning in again. Once again, it's my pleasure to give you these free bets, tips, picks, and tricks. Go out there, get to your local bookie, local sports book, get your money. Overtime Live.
I don't write it down, it ain't legible. Professional from the head to toe. Big vegetables, we ain't smoking no oregano. Never pedal slow, we just catch and go. And when I'm finished with the shit, it's gonna be set in stone. A real king, before I'm done, I'll have to get a throne. Better known as the nigga killing every fucking verse and putting rappers in a hearse. And when you do it like me, niggas see your blessings as a curse. But shit, I could be doing worse. Fuck y'all.